Alright. Hello, everybody. Silver here. Uh, so, if you can't see already, um, I did, I did manage to get the little robot girl, Arya. I'm not leveling her up, by the way, currently. She's staying like that for the moment. However, uh, I happened to get her in like only 50 pulls, which isn't a bad rate, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's a pretty decent rate on it. Uh, and I didn't get her, like, I wasn't specifically trying to get her necessarily. I was actually trying to get Anton to M6, which I did, by the way. I did get Anton to M6 now. Uh, and I got a single copy of Arya. So you know I'm not sitting here just being like, yeah, I'm pulling like to get M6 Arya. I'm spending so much money. Like, no. I got this for free, brother. Let me do the daily stuff first. I'm just gonna do some basic daily stuff for the moment. So this might be a bit of a faster video because I'm not feeling the best today, but I didn't want to not make a video daily. But yeah, no. And before people like start shitting on me for saying she's a cute little robot, and starting to like throw around age numbers, if you start throwing around age numbers, none of what you say is accurate unless you're of the truth that she has existed since before the Hollow disaster. Cause she has. She's old. Pretty sure she's like at minimum as old as Maggie and Orpheus. Or not Orpheus, or sorry, not Orpheus, as Magus. I called her Maggie. But she's at least as old as Isolde and Magus. Not like... Not... Nowhere near the age that people assume that she is. That's some spoiler territory, to be fair. And the fact is, like, she's not made to be an idol. This form, this form you see here, she's not made for the purpose of being an idol, unlike somebody, like Vesper, who's made to be, like, entertainment. Like, she was made for the sole purpose of being entertainment. Like being a singer. Our little robot here is made to fight. She's actually made to be an archer type drone for combat. The current interlude tells you this, like the current one that we're at. Interlude part 1 on season 2. That one gives you that information. And then you also find out that she's nowhere near as young as you fucking think she is. Just based on the human form and how she acts. It's kind of like all of the Angels of Delusion. They're not as young as people believe they are. Because, like, There's only there's very few characters who are like school age. The only ones are or like the only ones that are seen and mentioned to be like school age are Ellen, which everybody loves. So like if you start getting on to people for, you know, enjoying Arya, if you like Ellen, you're worse, arguably. Uh, but Ellen and the Spook Shack crew. Uh, Alice, I don't think. I mean, she mentions she went to school, but people like Monato and Yuzuha mention that they are directly in school. I cannot remember if Alice mentions that she's currently going to school or not. But yeah, no. It's definitely one of those things where you're not, you don't realize that. Like, people aren't gonna realize that, oh hey, this little robot girl, she's 100% one of the older characters of the series. Like, actually. And the bad thing is, she's not like Banyue. Banyue is a unique drone specifically made for fighting, like, in the hollows. Uh, Banyue is specifically made for that. Um, Arya is not. Arya is straight up an actual like drone. Like mass production model drone. There were a ton of these little fucking robots running around shooting arrows at motherfuckers. So like again, Arya's not necessarily special. She's special in that she's the only one that woke up. The rest are kind of like discarded and not active. Uh, they're discarded, inactive, that kind of shit. But yeah, no. Uh, it's so funny that people don't realize like the aesthetic of idol stuff is meant to be a lot of times like very cutesy and like childish, even if the women are typically adults. Like most of the time they're just adult women who are being, you know, who are acting all childish, innocent, naive. Like, that's just how idol culture is. So it's like, for people to say, oh yeah, how they act is why they are the age that they are, it's just like not true whatsoever. Like, it is kind of a video game, too. It's a video game where characters are fake. They're not real. They're not based on real people. At all. If they were based on real people, it might be a little bit of a different story. Sure, you can say that, oh, the Angels of Delusion are they're gonna be doing like an actual like concert for the Angels of Delusion, like IRL concerts. Uh, and I'm pretty sure even the voice actors are adults, and like the people who are gonna be singing for them, I can't verify that myself, so I can't 100% give you the context on that. I'm not gonna watch it. Like, I'm not gonna watch their stuff necessarily because I'm not that interested in it. To be fair, but that's something that's like, you know, uh, something people might be more inclined to be like, hey, you know, there are IRL stuff too. And it's like, is it really though? Like, that's just the singing voice of the characters, which I'm pretty sure is not always the same actor or actress. Almost positive they're typically two different people. Which is fine. Like, again, it's kind of just idol culture, by the way. Again, it's this whole idea is just idol culture. Um, at the very least, Suna is like maybe at the youngest 16-ish. Like, if you're thinking about the Hollow disaster, kind of like in the same vein as Coletta. If you think about it in the same vein as Coletta, like, we don't have, like, confirmed ages, by the way, whatsoever, of any of the characters, I don't believe. We just have, like, approximation ages for some of them, not all of them. I do believe. I can't be 100% on that. Again, I've only been playing this game for like 30-ish days. Just over 30 days. There's so much that people don't think about in terms of like their ages, because again, you Google it. If you Google what the Angels of Delusion's ages are, your first, like, the first thing it sends you to, or like the first link, is immediately, I believe it's a Reddit thread, where people are saying like, oh yeah, they're like early teens. You know, the girls are all early teens. And it's like, I mean, where the fuck do you get that idea? What in this game made you think that? I mean, again, they kind of act like cutesy and childish. But that's kind of just idol culture. They don't act any different than, like, honestly, fucking VTubers. You know? Some VTubers act very similarly. to like how the angels of delusion are, so you can't necessarily say, oh hey, you know, because how they act is really childish that they're children, when that's just what they put on. Like, they just put that act on, basically, for the show, or for their shows. Although, in this universe, it's more like that's how they actually are. You know? But again, it's not, it's not something where it's like, oh, you know, condemnable defense, or condemnable offense, defense. It's not something that's that serious. They're basically, I would consider most of the Angels of Delusion late teens, maybe early 20s, despite how they act. Again, because they act in a way that, like, encapsulates idol culture. I do prefer the robot form of Arya, to be honest, because I like little mechs. I'm a mecha enjoyer. And I mean, look at how cute the robot is. But, again, if people complain, like, this one's a robot. Are you really gonna complain about people enjoying a robot at that point? It's not even a real girl. Is not a girl. It doesn't have organs. You can't. I mean, you know, somebody would find a way, but like, you couldn't do that with her base form like this. Technically, you couldn't do that with her other form either, because that's just a hologram. But, like, this form doesn't even have the proper equipment for that. I just like how cute the noises are, and that she's a robot, and that I get to play as her running around. You know? I like it. It's like saying, people who make Intamin a fucking little penguin on YouTube because of AI. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure all of those are fucking AI generated. And they always make Inman like a fucking baby. But also make it a tiny penguin. What are you doing? What are y'all doing here? A million, what are you here for? I'll come back to that. I forgot that I probably have that available. Well, now that I've done that, I started to go do my daily stuff. Like my other, not daily stuff, but other stuff. I'll go ahead and end here. I've been rambling about... It kind of makes me upset how people treat the Angels of Delusion. Because again, like, that's kind of just idol culture. And to assume, oh, hey, yeah, because you don't have their direct age. And to assume that because, oh, they're short, they act all cutesy, they dress cutesy. To assume all of that, or to take all of that and assume that they're like early teens without any confirmation is absolutely saying, oh, hey, idol culture is for children. And, like, I'm not a person who's terribly into idol culture, but even I know that's not true. There's a ton of adults who love idol culture. And, like, who follow idols because, in the regions that it's more popular, that's something that's like near and dear to their hearts. Not everybody might like it, but that's just how it goes. You're yucking a motherfucker's yum. If you don't want somebody talking about your weird, like, obsessions and shit that you do, like, oh, maybe you sit there and you don't want none of your food touching. And as soon as it touches something else, you just go off the fucking handle because, like, it's disgusting to you that they could touch. That's extremely childish. What are you, 15? 12? Like, see the fucking example here? It might just not be your style, or you might, fuck. For all I care, you might want to wear a diaper. Not my thing. Honestly, I'm not into people who would also be into that, but like, what are you, a baby? No, you're an adult. You just have a different shit you like to do. And I mean, old people also have diapers, to be fair. That's where adult diapers come from. Adult diapers are made for older people or people who have bowel issues. Or can't, like, go to the bathroom by themselves. Oh. Sorry about that. Something caught. As I said, I don't feel good. So I'm like a little bit rambly today. But no, the whole point of that was like somebody liking Arya or any of the Angels of Delusion. There's nothing wrong with that. It's how idol culture works. And they're almost definitely not children. They might look like younger and act a little bit childish or immature. They're almost certainly not children. 'Cause I'm pretty sure, it's mentioned that they remember shit from like before the Hollow and like the Hollow disaster. Especially Arya, who is far older than the others. Although we don't know anything about Nangong yet. Or many people in the community call it Rokudo. But Nangong is somebody who's like, we don't know necessarily everything about yet. Suna, I've not delved too deep into like the backgrounds of the characters because the interlude only really focused on Arya's background necessarily. We get a little bit of like Suna's background, but most of it is Arya's background. We get a lot of information on Arya and how, she's kind of definitely older than she looks. She's made to be this small, it's likely, you could likely say it's a cost-saving method because she's mass-produced. The colors are not original, by the way. That's not her original colors. I'm pretty sure she painted herself. But, yeah, no. It's definitely something that's like, you can't get mad at somebody for liking the robot. I like robots. You can't fuck around with people who like robots, man. Like, she's just cute. Look at her. Look at how she's looking at you. Why hasn't she done the dancing thing yet? Is her idle animation bugged when she's in robot form? Her idle animations might be bugged in robot form because I haven't seen her do any. She's just been sitting here staring at me. It's kind of creepy. But yeah, no, I genuinely like. I think she's adorable and quite well designed. Uh, because it's obvious because she's like an archer type battle drone that she has very little armoring. Like, you can see there's almost no armoring. There's nothing necessarily, like, maybe the hair frills are unnecessary. The hair things, the four hair things around her. That might not be necessary. The things on her sides are her weapons. They're like chakrams. She does have a bow, I think. Like, one of the versions, like, one of the ones you fight, because you fight some of these. One of the ones you fight has, like, some of them have bows, and some of them just use the chakrams, and she uses the chakrams. But yeah, no, it's guaranteed Arya's nowhere near the age that people think she is, and people post about online. Same with Suna and Nangong, most likely. Because again, Suna has part-time jobs, and has had part-time jobs for a while. She's not, like, just an idol. Because the idol business, you don't necessarily have to be a certain age, I would say. You could start that a bit earlier in life. But her part-time jobs are where you can see that she's obviously a bit older than people are assuming. But, yeah, no, either way. God, I love the little knee pad type things. I also love the... Y'all probably can't hear it, but every time she moves, it's like this mechanical whine. And it might be annoying to some people, but I like it. So, all in all, I'll go ahead and end it here. I've been yapping. I've just been yapping, dude. I yapped for 10 minutes standing here looking at Arya. When I said I'm gonna, like, lay down. Again, I'm not feeling well, so I'm not doing a ton today. And I mean, not like I had much else I was gonna do anyways. But I'm definitely not gonna be doing really anything else right now. So, thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all probably had to listen to my bullshit rant. Either way, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.